Hello, I'm back. We are back. It's a nice sunny morning. The birds are going in the back. There's a little bit of wind. The ground is still wet from last night's rain. And I'm not too cold. Not too cold at all. In fact, I'm wearing pajama pants, It's good to be comfy. I don't know why I'm out here. But I felt like coming out here and recording. It's almost as if something is meant to happen, but I have to let it happen. Bring y'all a little closer to me. There you go. So, a lot of this year, it's new. But some are still grasping onto the old. And if we are to let the new in, we have to let go of the old. We tend to cling on to the past because it's what we know. It's all we know. But what's wrong with the new? Why can't we just let that in? Sometimes it's hard to let go of the old. Because in order for you to let the new in, you have to make room for the new to come in. Letting that old self die. Letting those old habits go. We tend to cling to our past and the old because it's what we know, it's what's comfortable. It's a routine. When we get out of that comfortability, that newness, it can be scary, it can be terrifying. But in order for you to let go of the old and let in the new, you have to trust. You have to trust the divine. You have to trust the universe. You have to let go control. Because some things are meant to happen, even if you don't want them to. And even if you try to force something and try to control it, in the end it's going to cause more suffering than if you just let it go. Part of this spiritual journey that we coexist in. Is meant to be hard for us. And it's not determined by anything besides your internal world. What it is that is meant to be hard for you is meant to be hard for you. All this internal work that needs to be done. All the work within the mind, all the work within the body, all the work within the soul that needs to be done. Sometimes you don't even need to do anything for it to be done. Sometimes all you need to do is let go of it. But even when you let go of it, what's next? There's always that what's next within the mind. And the answer will come to you in divine timing, in a whisper, a calling, an urge, whatever it is that you are meant here to do. It's that newness that you're meant to do. You're meant to trust it, not fear it. Choose to love the newness that comes in. Choose to trust the newness that comes in. Because all those old patterns and habits, old life with fear, it's a life of suffering. It's a life of illusion that's meant to keep you from who you're meant to be, what you're meant to do. On my personal spiritual journey, I've had to deal with pain. But without that pain, I wouldn't be here now, speaking to you now, as I am. And even though my pain was my pain, your pain will be your pain in whatever form it manifests in. It could be a person. It could be a place. It could be a thing. It could be an interaction. It could be anything. But instead of clinging on to the pain, focusing on it, face it, head on. Go within. See what it is that pain is clinging on to, where it's resonating from. Because if you don't, it will always be there, waiting patiently for you to do something about it. Let go of all the grudges, forgive. It's not worth clinging on to anything that will negatively lower your consciousness and vibration. Your vibration matters. And even if you don't see it, it's still there. It's a feeling. If you feel low all the time, you want to feel that high. You got to do the stuff that you're meant to do in order to get to that high place. And even if that means changing stuff that you wouldn't want to change. That could be your environment, people, places, things. And I know it can be hard, difficult, painful even, to move on from all that could be negatively impacting your vibration. But it's what's best for you. Would you not want what's best for you? That's a form of self-love, choosing the path that you're meant to be on, choosing your highest self, choosing your best self. But when you just disregard it like that, what are you doing? You're impacting yourself. We always try to blame others for anything. And that could be anything happening in our life. But in truth, it's not anybody's fault. This is the world we live in. The modern society that humans made. It traps us, traps our souls, traps our true being from being let out. And now is the time to be free. Let yourself fly because you were meant to. It may seem impossible, but you can. You just have to trust. Take the first leap, take the first step towards what's best for you. All it takes is one decision, one action. In some cases, it's no action. Who am I to say what's best for you? Because I don't. I don't know what's best for you. But you do. You are the only one that truly knows you 100% completely. And if you don't, you should get on that. If you don't know yourself, how are you going to get anywhere without struggle, without pain? You're always going to be walking around with a mask, with a face that seems like yours, but isn't. All the judgment in the world that we experience From others, it doesn't matter. If you let that energy outside of yourself affect you, that's your decision. You've got to be accountable for that. But when it comes to yourself, don't even let yourself hurt yourself. Because there's always that judger within all of us. We are all human. We're not perfect. But what we can do is transcend that judger. Let go of it, because it serves no use other than to let us down, keep us down, and keep our vibration low. And even though that judger seems real, it isn't. It's just there to challenge you, to make you stronger, so that you could become strong enough to forge the love within yourself, forge the positive energy, positive vibrations within yourself. Because that's who you are. That's who you're meant to be. That's who you always have been and always will. And even if you don't see it now, you will when you're meant to. And that's not up to me. That's not up to you. That's up to divine timing. It will happen when it's meant to happen. Anyways, I love you. Stay present. Stay safe. And love yourself a little bit more each day. Peace.